guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. It's gonna be a good one. You may or may have not caught my last shard opening video where I was lucky enough to pull Boragar the Elder. I'm not gonna. Oh, another one! There he is! There he is! That's 4 legendaries, ladies and gentlemen. That's Boragar the Elder. Very, very cool champion. I think if you look at his kit, which we will right now, I think it's pretty intuitive that he's a special, very unique, and very cool champion. The question that I hope to answer in today's video for you guys is he a top 20, like, is he an S tier champion? And saying top 20 is so arbitrary. Let's just say, is he an S tier legendary champion, or is he more niche, kind of A, B tier? So anyway, we'll answer that question. But first off, aesthetically, he looks so cool. I don't know if it's wooden, if it's porcelain, or if it's gold plated, his mask. Or if that's just his face. I have no idea.
My emotions!
Either way, he's aesthetically, man, very pleasing to the eye. I love these kind of emeralds or sapphires, or you guys can correct me and hate on me for not knowing my gemstones in the comments. Either way, these purple things are pretty cool. They're pretty cool, right? And his staff has this electricity or whatever going through it. What does the top of his staff look like? I can't get that high. Boragar, can I see your staff, my man? Okay, there we go.
Clap if you care.
Pretty cool looking, pretty cool. Anyway, guys, I really like aesthetically this champion. He's one of my favorite looking dwarves in the game. Even his little avatar picture, he's like, yo, what up? Yo, I know I'm a boss. Anyway, guys, let's take a look at his kit. Antique staff is A1, attacks 1 enemy. 65% chance of placing increased defense on the ally with lowest HP, not himself. 100% instead if the attack is critical. Now, this is the only reason to build him with 100% crit rate for this A1. Me personally, you know best for your account. I'm never going to tell you what to do here on the channel. But for me, building him out with a bunch of crit rate, for sure, a little bit extra damage. His A1 is his only damage dealing ability, and it hits decently hard for an HP based ability. But for me to build him out with crit rate, I'd rather have HP gauntlets on him. So I am not worried about him landing a critical hit on the A1. Increased defense. Hopefully we have another increased defense champion on the team. Anyway, it's still nice to have, even at a 65% chance land rate. On the A2, Souls of Old Stone. Removes 1 random debuff from all allies, then place a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns equal to 20% of this champion's max HP. So a good shield, I like when it's based on this champion's max HP, so we have a say in how much the shield is going to be for on the champion who's actually casting the shield. And we have the 1 random debuff. Do not discount that ability as well, can be very helpful against almost every boss in the game. So a partial cleanse and a shield on a 3-turn cooldown. On the Rune of Energy, this is really cool. Increase resistance. That's right. It's there in the game now. It's really changing. At least it has the potential to really change the arena meta. We had increased accuracy, of course, for, half a year now in the game. However, actually longer than that when you consider Stagnite having that on his passive. But we haven't had a huge reason to need to use it, at least inside the arena. Now that we have increased resistance, we might need increased accuracy to go against other, I don't know, Boragar the Elder teams out there. So I like increased resistance being added to the game right here in this kind of stage in the evolution of Raid Shadow Legends, because it gives us more strategic possibilities in terms of diversification of meta in the end game. We're talking gold 4, 5, and platinum tier arena. On the passive, and he has increased speed too. On the it is on a 4-turn cooldown though, note that. 3-turn, he'd be like super OP in my opinion. But still, always doesn't matter really necessarily how long it is for the arena. On the passive, allies receive 10% less damage from champions whose resistance is lower or equal to theirs. Pretty cool, right? So if we have on a high resistance team, we have that built-in kind of damage mitigation off that passive a la, Duchess. Not as good as Duchess, but champions like that who absorb damage or who just mitigate damage overall are few and far between, and they're really good, okay? 10% less damage is actually quite a bit of mitigated damage. So having high resistance, obviously a good thing, and he's got your back there. He's helping you out with the A3. He also has resist in all battles. In terms of Masteries, I have him right now, guys, in a build that certainly you can use anywhere in the game, right? Anywhere on this build. However, it is specialized a bit for the arena, meaning that we opted to go resist on the chest, resist on the banner, and unshakable 50 resist for the tier 6 mastery, okay? If you guys don't want to build them on a high resist team, which, you know, a little bit of you should, right? Even if it's PvE content, of course you can go HP as well, the damage based on HP, but more importantly, the shield also based on HP. So we picked up basically the defense arena masteries, improved parry, decreased damage received by the champ by 8% with a critical hit, which will mitigate damage dealt by nukers in the arena. If you're using him primarily for PvE, not the arena, you want to pick up blast proof instead. Decreased damage received from AoE attacks by 5%. They don't have to be critical. Keep in mind, most bosses in the game only have a 15 to 30% crit rate. So anyway, support tree. We basically went boom all the way down the left-hand side, picking up all the shield mastery.
What about us?
More HP helps with the shield, obviously. Picking up shield bear, picking up rapid response, going down to cycle of magic and lasting gifts to extend the duration of the increased speed and the increased defense on his A1 and the increased resistance. So there we go. In terms of how I built him here, guys, HP on the ring, HP on the amulet. I'm looking for resistance substats. Looking for resistance, looking for HP, but most importantly, we're looking for speed on this champion, especially for the arena. We don't want him waiting forever to come through with that A3 and increase the resistance of the rest of the team. Resistance is massive priority, especially from the amulet, great source. Resistance on the banner, looking for speed substats, and I don't think I even glyphed out most of this gear, so I'm going to do it live with you guys as well. I decided to go HP percentage on the gauntlets, and I do not regret it here. So let's go ahead and glyph this out as we go through. HP on the gauntlets, that way I can have resist on the chest. Make this dude just like an absolute super tank. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a 6-star glyph only because I have 15 of them on the gauntlets.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
That's what the artifact is there, Ash. Then we have resistance, as I mentioned, on the chest. Now you'll notice here, guys, that I actually went with a broken set on this champion as well. What I like to do lately is, if I have some like just amazing, like look at this chest, resistance, legendary, double roll speed, got some resistance and HP, all good for survivability. Sometimes on champions, lately, I found myself going with two-piece sets, perception and resistance. Perception, I just happen to have the gear. We have no need for accuracy on this champion, but the 5% speed is nice. But primarily, I want to start with a 2-piece set that I just really want on this champion. In this case, it was resistance, right? If you had the gear, I would just go triple resistance sets or triple speed sets. But I didn't want to really, you know, remove all the gear from my other best champions out there, right? So I decided to thread the needle. So what I do is I look for artifacts that, you know, a resistance relentless artifacts. I looked for my 2 best artifacts that I knew were going to be a part of a 4-piece artifact set that I probably wasn't going to be able to fully assemble on this champion. But I looked for the best gear. That's why keeping, you know, Daze gear, like the crappiest gear in the game, right? Keeping that stuff, if it's good, it still can benefit you in situations like this. Sorry for going off on a tangent there, but I think it's important to mention, right? So these boots are kind of meh, but they are resistance with resistance on the substats. I will go ahead and upgrade those or glyph these out as well. Man, glyphing out, you can just get so much extra in terms of stats. It's really, it's just insane. I mentioned that on the channel before, but always do your faction war battles, man. It's, you won't regret it, right? So picking up a lot of extra defense here, especially some HP as well. And then we just picked up basically whatever we had kind of lying around here. We didn't glyph out anything here. Let me just do it real quick. I'm just going to throw some speed on this,
why are we still here?
On this weapon. Get 4, sign me up, maybe add a little bit of HP as well. We don't want to go too crazy here. I think that it's not going to really dramatically affect anything, but it's better to see him fully optimized. So again, stat priorities on this champion are as follows. If you're building with resist, right? Speed, HP, resist, and then after that, can just load on some HP. He's a fairly easy, I say that, you know, take this with a grain of salt, but I think he's a fairly easy champion to build compared to a lot of others out there in the game, primarily because you don't need to worry about accuracy or crit rate, right? And what a luxury that is to not have to worry about those 2 stats on a champion. So I ignored accuracy, I ignored crit rate, nice to have, but I'd rather just go, you know, balls to the wall. Can I say that on YouTube? With HP, with a little bit of defense, with as much speed as I could possibly muster up, and then as much resist. So 624 resist, 253 speed. Let's go ahead and look at all that power. Man, he's a powerful champion because of all that resist on him. Imagine if we had 100% crit rate as well. No, I don't want your speed. Artifacts, Claria! Okay, sorry about that outburst. So let's go ahead and jump into, so here's the deal, right? I could show you him on every PvE area of the entire game. And, you know, I just assembled some teams and ran him like on my best teams, like this team. You know, we got it done in a new all-time best, 3 minutes and 40 seconds and 58 turns. That was with this team. I could show you that. I mean, essentially, we're just resisting every boss. Everybody on my squad is resisting all these bosses. You can run him on a team like this. Heck, all you need, this is floor 90 of Celestial Griffin on Doom Tower hard. All you need is Syl the Drake's Ninja and him. You might not even need Syl the Drake's. I'm not sure.
Did you just forget about us?
But either way, guys, here's how he works. That's, by the way, some of you might not even know. That's what the increased resistance buff looks like. It looks pretty cool, huh? I mean, maybe I'm just such a nerd that like anything new in this game, I'm like, wow, something new looks amazing. But it looks pretty cool, right? That buff. I'm gonna come back to you guys when we actually get to the boss in just a moment here, because it'll take us a second to go through the waves. All right, guys, so here we are against the Griffin. And again, as I was trying to say earlier, but I did a very bad job of doing it, as I usually do. You're watching the most mediocre Raid Shadow Legends YouTuber out there, by the way. In case you didn't know, in case you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm very average. My name is against the Griffin. You'll see that he's negative affinity, right? We're going against Spirit, but it doesn't matter. This dude's not gonna die. He's got the increased speed. He's got the increased resist. He's got the nice shield as well. Nobody's gonna die here, man. It's a really good shield. 20% of his max HP. Okay. Cool, Plarium. Play. That ever happened to you guys? That's happened to me twice now in the last couple days. That's really weird. I'm not going to cut that out either, man. I'm not going to re-show you that battle either, but you guys get the point. They would have easily been able to trio the Celestial Griffin. And the same thing, yes, I want to send it. You guys ever send it? And you're like, yeah, I know nobody looks at that crap. I know. What I was trying to tell you guys with Doom Tower, you can use him literally against every single Doom Tower boss, and he's just amazing. It's increased accuracy, especially on a Bommel team. It's not in this rotation, but high resist teams are going to be really important for Bommel. Easily obtainable now that we have the increased resistance added to our squad, right? Now, all the traditional dungeons, especially Ice Golem, you're going to be able to use him on. And again, I want to take some time and show you him in the arena and not make this a 30-minute video, but I ran him with my main team, a squad like this, easily able, with his shield, primarily, able to help us. What the hell? I'll show you guys. Who cares? With his shield, help support us against the actual Ice Golem, right? So we're gonna just very easily bleed through these first two waves with Seer. Thank you, Seer. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, Draco. What happened there, bro? What happened there, Draco? All right, let me restart that. Let me restart that one. Well, actually, let me continue. We might be able to still get it done here because we have those extra buffs. So he's a good champion to activate Seer too. It didn't really work out there at all, but let's just keep it running here because I want to make an overall point before we go into the arena, which is what I'm most excited to show you guys, right? So I pushed up a little bit. Actually pushed up to Platinum last night, then I fell down to Gold 5, and that's where we're going to go ahead and take this video. Gold 5, by the way, very, very competitive. It might as well just be Platinum, you know, in terms of the caliber of the people that were facing the enemies. This guy's good everywhere in the game, right? It's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Any one of the traditional dungeons, any one of the Doom Tower bosses, just amazing. And even on a squad like this, he just does such a good job because you're going to resist everything. Kymar has no resist, barely any resist on him. him. And obviously, you know, it's super obvious note for you guys, but the higher resist the other allies on the team have, it might give you a reason. If you're lucky enough to pull this champion, maybe it gives you a reason for the first time ever to care about the resist on like a nuker or something, you know? Put them in a resist banner. You don't have to go all out. Just build them with a little bit of resist. Pay attention to maybe the amulet that you have on, you know, your nuker, your debuffer. Maybe it's crit damage. Maybe look for some resistance there because it's going to scale. It's going to be even better, right? Because it's increasing it by 50% of their base resist, obviously. So you guys can see that this team is not going to die. This team's not going to go anywhere. I don't think you need to sit here and wait for a minute and watch till we kill him. But essentially, guys, easy peasy. Very good support champion. Let me take you into the arena now. All right, guys, so we're here in the arena where Boragar really is going to shine. So first off, arena defense. You can create so many different cool combinations and interesting defensive teams using a Boragar the Elder. This is just one of them that I'm running right now on defense. Siphi in the lead. We have Duchess for more damage mitigation off of her passive. We have Boragar, and we have Solus. Now we could even take Solus out and, you know, go a little bit less nuke and just go with somebody, you know, like Krisk with high resist and just make it one of those really annoying teams that, sure, I might not win, but it's going to take them 5-10 minutes. Who knows how long to actually beat me. And a lot of the times people will just avoid these teams altogether. Now, in terms of offense, so we're here in Gold 5 right now. This is actually a pretty decent stretch, or I should say a group of 10 opponents, meaning that they're not that difficult. So let's try a few of these teams out, but I'm going to show you two different teams. Let's start easy and just talk about how these teams work, right? So team number one is going to be kind of a hybrid. It's going to be a go first team with Arbiter and with Madame Ceres. We have Leo as our nuker, but essentially we're building in, kind of like a failsafe in case we don't go first, or in case we're going against a bunch of debuffers, we'll have that resistance in there. And we don't have to build Leo with a bunch of resistance because he's difficult to CC, because if his A2 is off cooldown, he's going to be immune to the CC effects anyway. The second team is going to be a very, very fun, super tanky kind of go second team with Magnar as the nuker. Now, I'll start out with this team, and I want to kind of point out that all I did was make one simple switch to Magnar and to Vogoth. I put them both in resistance banners, so you would see their total stats here are resist 278 for Magnar. That's going to be just fine, because we're going to get half of that as an additional bonus once we have that increased resist buff go up. Same thing with Vogoth. I made the exact same change here. So he's going to have 310 total resist after I made the move or the change to that banner, okay? So this is the squad we have. Even if you don't have Siphi, you can run a squad like this because you can just run Boragar as your aura lead. 50 resistance instead of 80 extra resistance. So this team should be fun to watch. So difficult to kill. We'll stick with this team for a few runs and then we'll switch over to kind of the nuking version. So resist. We did not get the resist on Magnar. However, we did not have increased resist up yet, and Siphi's going to be able to pick him right back up. No big deal, right? So really, I mean, I should probably run this team on arena defense instead, because boys are going to be hard to kill them, right? I mean, the only bummer is I don't have increased resistance up on Magnar once he gets revived, but not much you can do there, is there, guys? Okay, an easy opponent. I mean, they're running Apothecary in Gold 5. You don't run into a lot of those defenses. So to be fair, let's move things along here to more challenging teams and see how this team fares. So let's move our way down. This team looks a little bit too easy as well. So let's just go right down to this team. Listen, not the most meta team in the world, but I imagine they do have, I don't know, what are they? They have a high-ish team power. Let's just see how it plays out. We know they're going to go first either way, right? Oh, I take that back. Keep in mind, they have Cardinal. So it's never over until it's over when they have Cardinal, right? She'll revive everybody and they'll immediately go. Didn't really work out with Vlad being the only one revived there. But again, we come through nice and easy. Magnar getting the job done there. And even, I think, given my druthers, maybe I would even rebuild both Magnar and Vogoth to even have a little bit extra base resistance, right? Even trying to aim for around 350 if I can. So let's just keep going down the line here with this go second team, even though we're not necessarily always going second. Okay, we do in this occasion. So this time we resist, or either that or the passive was not proc, or excuse me, the A1 was not proc there on the provoke from Seeker. Either way, here we go. This is going to be the real test here. Is Razin going to get, did he go yet? Did he go with his A3? I didn't even notice. So, okay, apparently he did. But again, not too bad. We come in with the A2. We didn't kill everybody that time. Keep in mind, on this team, it's not your speed farm, the Great Hall team, right? This is kind of your tanky go second team for tag team, or if you just want to mess around and have some fun with the high resist build. But it's not going to be the fastest. You're going to want to build a resist or a lead. Another way to keep your champions alive till we can get to Boragar to have him put the buffs on the rest of the squad. But you can even build them fast and put him on a speed team, which we're going to show you guys in just a moment. That way you can utilize him when farming your Great Hall, right? So again, this one's taking a little longer, man, but that's the whole point of the team, right? I mean, we're a go second. The idea here is picture going against this team on defense, right? Picture that they're on offense right now, not me, and just how difficult it's going to be to ever kill us. They're never even going to, between the shield, he comes back in with the cleanse and the shield on his A2. They're never gonna kill me, man, you know? Just lasts forever. You just beat your opponent just by demoralizing them, right? Finally, I think we're gonna get a shot to come in here. Hopefully, Magnar.
I was just doing my job.
And there we go. Okay, so at least we take down one of them, but not the right one, right? We need to get the Siphi, the Reviver down. All right, guys, you guys gonna get the point on this battle. We're gonna win, but it's gonna take us a few minutes, so I'll come back at you at the end of this one. All right, there we go. Boom. Got the job done there. Took us a little bit. Let's go against one of these more challenging teams before we switch up our squad. So let's go just the last team here, right? So Leo, Tormund, Duchess. Let's just stay with the same exact team, and then we'll switch it up on the next run. Here we go. So resist in the middle, but again, both of the other individuals. The good thing is Vogoth, he's just doing his job on his passive, right? And I guess not a big deal. Now, the cool thing is, if we don't want him to come in with the A3, if we have it off of auto on manual, we can come in with Boragar and actually cleanse instead the freeze or the CC or whatever off of Magnar, right? So we have some options. That's the cool thing about this champion, right? You can use him as a cleanser in the arena as well. Maybe you don't necessarily need the high resist on every single battle. So have him come in with a shield instead with his A2. Have him lead off that way. That's what he'll naturally do, again, as we mentioned, just in terms of his AI. So we go in there, we kill, again, the, Leo, which is nice, but not the Reviver in Duchess. Let's see what we can do here. So again, that's increased speed. We have the increased resist. He comes in with the A2. Boom! Don't revive. Duchess! All right, so we almost get the job done there. All we got to do is kill Duchess. But again, I think this illustrates my point beautifully at the same time, right? I mean, this is a very tough team, right? We got Kymar, we got Duchess, we got Leo, we got Tormund. But they haven't even, like, there hasn't been one point in this match that victory has not been assured on our squad, right? I mean, Vogoth, the beautiful thing about Vogoth, in case you missed my last video on him in a curing set, which he is right now, dude, he's just the beast of all healers in the arena, right? It's hard to do enough damage. I mean, you can kill us, but you better kill us, because if not, he's going to heal us right back up, right? Very, very fun champion to mess around with, and finally getting the job done. This is like probably one of my most consistent teams I can make on my account, you know? Even given all the champions that I have available, because, I mean, we're resisting everything, and if Siphi resists, she just revives, right? It's the resist-revive combo. So here we go. Boom, boom, everybody dead. And now let's switch the team up. Let's find some more teams to face here. Let's go against this squad here. 399, that's more like it in terms of player power, but let's switch to kind of a nuking build. Now, on this team, I could build it so many different ways, right? I could go with Leo, or I could go with a Trunda, but I like this squad just as it is. Let's see how it works, right? So we go first, we come in here, we debuff, increase speed, and just that's it. I mean... And again, to be fair, I mean, it's nice to have him on this squad, but we would have won no matter what, you know, no matter what happened there on that battle, I think. But still nice to have him, you know, break in case of an emergency. You get the shield, give your Reviver enough time to come back in. Let's go against this team here. This is an interesting one with Hegemon in the lead as well. Let's just see how we fare here. And I think you guys get the point, right? Very unique champion. We have two. Okay, let's take this out. Well, unfortunately, so we could go in with the A2, but I think that would be a foolish decision because, again, we're not sure which buff we're going to or which debuff we're going to remove here. I think it'd be better. Yeah, like who's going to kill us on this team? Let's increase resistance and go that route instead, right? Yeah, we're fine. Why am I even overthinking this? So I guess you guys get the point here. This guy's a very dynamic, interesting, brand new champion to the game. I don't regret him at all. And I'll end the video where we started the video. Is this dude a top champion in the game? Or is he overrated, underrated? Where do you guys put him? Personally, I think he's a really upper echelon S tier champion because of how unique his kit is. The beautiful thing is, unlike a lot of these end game arena champions, hegemon, stuff like that, he can help you out in more areas. He's a little bit more versatile, a lot more versatile. Anybody who has some PvE content, Hydra clan boss, Baumel, Doom Tower bosses, faction wars, any dungeon, you name it, he can help you. So guys, we're going to end the video there. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. And as always, take care, guys.